Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to Live Weekend Nutrition Habit. I'm Brian BeCraft, Registered Dietitian. Welcome everyone who is a new viewer this weekend, and welcome back everyone who's come back to see us. We're happy to have you here this week. This week I'm excited to take you on a little trip to North Africa and a bit of an exotic cuisine. It's really nothing more than ingredients that you're already used to eating. It's just prepared in a different way. And if you happen to check out my blog on my website, which is www.mynutritionhabit.com, you'll see that I was inspired this week by a picture of a friend who had made this recipe, and I was so impressed by the color and the texture of it and the ease of simplicity that I wanted to share it with you. And it really started making me think about how when we're trying to eat healthier and live a healthier lifestyle, it really helps if you're able to lean into it. You know, it's very easy to say, well, I don't really like healthy eating. I don't like I haven't been a big vegetable eater. I haven't been a big fruit eater. But, you know, your taste buds change every 7 years. And sometimes when you decide that you're going to make this commitment to be healthier, it can be useful for you to try new things and try something again to see if your tastes have changed. And really getting into eating healthy and learning how to cook healthy can become a hobby, and it can become something of an interest, and in that way you start to want to share that with other people. And when you're excited about something, everyone else is as well. So this week I'm going to be making a shakshuka. And not only is that fun to say 3 times, shakshuka, 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 it is a very easy to prepare healthy meal. Everyone say hi to Coco for me.
Hi, how are you?
Coco
How are you? Hey, shakshuka. I was reading. Shakshuka is a Tunisian plate, right?
It is a Tunisian plate. It's very popular across the Middle East, Palestine, Israel, and it really is sort of a peasant's breakfast, but by that we mean that it's very inexpensive to make and very easy to make.
I checked out the recipe, and it's like the most simple recipe. I mean, ingredients where you use every day, right?
Yeah, ingredients you use every day. So in America, you know, we have eggs, we have some diced tomatoes. This is a great way to use summer tomatoes if you're up north. If you're here in Florida and you can't necessarily find ripe tomatoes, and how do you know if a tomato is ripe? If it doesn't smell like tomato, that means they've injected it with gas to make it look better.
Really?
Really.
It doesn't smell like tomato?
It should smell like tomato. If it's not, they're tricking you.
Really?
Yep. You know, we've got some cut up green pepper, some diced onion, some diced garlic, a mixture of parsley. I used Italian parsley and mint. And then this is a spice mixture of paprika, cloves, cinnamon, and coriander. This is what's called a barat spice, which is a North African spice, but you can use any of those sort of savory spices that you like. And of course, along with black pepper, as always, will make a really great dish. So this comes together pretty easily. The great thing about it is that it looks pretty when you do the dish, and you can make it for 1, 2, or up to 4 people. So I'm gonna make this, and then I'm also gonna make a homemade naan bread, which comes together very easily, almost like the pizza dough did if you were watching with us about a month ago. And you can just fry it in the pan along with it, and then you've got yourself either breakfast for dinner, or a very nice lunch, or breakfast itself. And then, of course, as always, we'll have Ask the Dietitian, where you can type in questions you have for me. Feel free to do that throughout the program, and Coco will read those off to me. And then we'll be going with this week's wine selection. So without further ado,
Yeah.
to the cooktop.
Let's make some noise. Listen, I have a comment about the homemade naan. I made that recipe like 1 month ago when we are isolated. It's really good. I mean, it's easy, it's faster. I think it's the most healthy things, so you can be not necessarily the big carb stuff, but I think really work. Tastes really good, and I don't know if it's because it's homemade or for the recipe per se.
Yeah, I think it's it's soft and pillowy, and because you're grilling it on a grill, it gives it a nice little crust on top.
And I think you make a really good choice to pair that bread with the shakshuka. I mean, I think it's a really good combo.
Okay, so I'm taking an iron skillet. You can use any heavy pan that you want, but this is my trusty iron skillet. Again, you will get some iron in your diet through cooking in the pan, so that's always a good thing. I'm just going to put a little olive oil in here. And the one thing that you want to make sure that you do when you're going to make what's called a sofrito. So a sofrito is taking your harder vegetables like your onion, your garlic, and your green pepper, and you're going to cook those first. So I'm going to take my onion, throw those in there. I'm going to take my minced garlic in here, and we're just going to line out of here already. I'm going to saute those until they get a little translucent. The nice thing about the iron skillet is this heats up really fast, so this will cook really fast. And you don't have to be very exact don't worry about chopping onions and garlic until they're precise size. It's all going to go into it adds to some of the flavor and textures. Get some big chunks in there, that's okay. But this is going to turn translucent pretty quickly. And I'm going to add the green pepper on top of here to give it some vitamin C and some color. The more color and texture you have, the more appetizing it is to eat.
That smells so good.
It's already smelling good, right?
Yeah.
Too bad they haven't invented smell-o-vision yet. Okay.
So why you put the onions and?
So this is onions, garlic, and green pepper. You're going to cook these until they're starting to sweat a little bit. And by sweat, I mean the top of the green pepper is going to look like it's been working out for about 30 minutes. But this only takes a few minutes, as you can see. In the iron pan, it happens very fast. And when I get that good and sweating, I'm going to I used 6 vine ripe tomatoes that I cut up. Make sure that you squeeze the juice and the seeds out of it. So it will be very bitter.
Right?
What's up?
So you need to take the liquid from the tomato, so it's too watery.
Right. Yeah, right. It'll be too watery otherwise.
The color is amazing.
And I know, it looks like Christmas, right?
Yeah. Look yummy.
And when you get to this point, I'm going to go ahead and toss in my seasoning as well.
Ooh. What season is there?
So that's called a barat seasoning, which is paprika, cinnamon, cloves.
Wow. That's explosion.
Cardamom.
Smell.
So a lot of Middle Eastern spices.
Yeah.
None of them are hot. This isn't a hot and spicy dish. This is a very mild seasoned dish, but
Bro, it's kind of sad that the people that is online can't smell that, but I'm here and that smell incredible. I mean, wow.
Okay, so you've got this simmering. You're going to turn this down on low, and you're going to cover it, and you're going to simmer it for about 15 minutes. Without burning my hand. As I want to do.
So Alfred Bobe say hi.
Hi, Al.
He say, and shakshuka is a comfort food. The shakshuka to be eaten by hand, dipping with the awesome naan. Just like
It really is a comfort food.
It is.
Before I do the finished product, so when it is finally, this is simmered down, you're going to basically make the eggs in, you're going to make little homes for the eggs.
Yeah, I have a question before you put that. How long do we need to leave that simmering?
15 minutes.
15 minutes in slow heat.
Yeah, on a low heat.
Yeah.
Low it'll go. When this thickens up, you'll have little pockets here that you'll be able to make. I'm just going to make one, but if you use a larger pan, you'll be able to put more eggs in it for more servings. But you're just basically going to take the egg. I'm just going to knock it in here.
Yeah, that's amazing how all their users, all the people that check our program, give you all the information. They say he's a Baharat. For those that don't know it, one of their users sent an email, a link where you can read the Baharat. But we will share.
Oh, terrific! Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you for
Thank
sharing that
you for
information.
That's terrific.
Yeah. Hi from Mom. I'm Steve. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Wow, that looked incredible.
So you'll see the eggs will start to coagulate. The whites will start to they'll start to firm up on
solidify,
here,
yeah.
and you're basically poaching the egg. It is effectively what you're doing.
Wow.
So when you're done,
That's what you get.
With something like this, and then I have a mixture here of parsley and mint, which is going to give this a beautiful color and a lot more flavor, of course. Parsley is good for cleansing your palate. It's high in vitamin K, which is good for your blood. The mint will leave another refresh on your palate. And you've got this beautiful eggs for any meal of the day, breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
It's a really good way to protein when you put the eggs, right?
Right, so this is an ovo vegetarian meal. So if you don't eat meat, or you're trying to eat less meat, which is not always a bad thing, this will still give you, 2 of these eggs will still give you 12 grams of protein, a very high biological value protein, and this is all pretty nutritionally complete. And when I add in the bread, this will really make it a complete meal. So that is shakshuka.
Wow.
It comes together in about 25 minutes after you chop everything and get all that done.
So just for the people can understand, we chop it up, all the ingredients, we make a sofrito.
Correct.
We let simmering for like 15 minutes and poach the eggs there.
And poach the egg, which will only take a few minutes.
Okay, you can serve that warm or cold?
You'll want to serve it warm.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, no, I asked because
I would.
okay, it's like a
if
traditional
you-
Tunisian plate. So sometimes some people eat cold, some people eat warm.
I mean, you probably could eat it cold,
Yeah.
but I tend to like my eggs warm.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, I think that would taste better. I mean, not like a pizza that you can eat like warm and cold.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So, moving on to the naan bread.
Yeah.
And again, making your own bread can seem a little onerous sometimes, but it really doesn't take that long. Save for this, unlike the pizza dough, which I did not use I didn't use any yeast. This is going to use yeast. So,
But the people that not necessarily can use it, right? I mean, you can use it or not. It's kind of optional, or
you could make an unleavened naan bread, which would be okay. It's going to be more crackery, like a cracker crust.
like a crunchy.
If you want something that's pillowy, you're going to want to use.
You think there is not a big difference in you making a pan or you oven it? I mean, that's make the gist change.
I personally like it in the pan because It's faster, and you'll get to see when it's done. It only takes a few minutes to kind of fry. And when you can coat it, you'll see how I'm going to coat it with some olive oil and chopped parsley, which will give it some nice color and attractiveness. So I'm going to take my package of active dry yeast, put it in here, and then I'm going to take a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of sugar. I'm going to take a tablespoon of Greek yogurt, which is going to give it a little tang.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And a little more protein. And I'm going to take a cup of warm water. And then sort of whisk this together here until that Greek yogurt's good and blended in there. And then I'm just going to use my clean hands, and I'm going to take 2 cups of all-purpose flour and just dump that in there. And then I'm just going to sort of stir it, with my fingers like this. It's kind of like playing in the mud while you're making dinner.
It's sticky.
Yeah, it's sticky at first, but you're going to have another cup of all-purpose flour on hand, and we're going to sort of add that gradually. I'm going to add about half of that in, and you'll see it quickly will start to turn into what feels like dough. Anybody who watches me cook or bake with flour knows I get it everywhere, and I don't care. Because making food is fun.
It is.
It's supposed to be fun.
Everything that you involve, put your hands kind of fun.
I like sticking my hands in my food.
Morgan Graham said yummy.
Hi Morgan, how are you? Hopefully you're enjoying your summer in Richmond.
I've never been in Richmond.
Richmond's great.
It is.
It's a nice, it's got an incredible dining scene now. The last time I was in Richmond, I went out to some of the restaurants with Morgan, and I was amazed. I grew up there. It's a very different town.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've come a long way.
Yeah, that's that's the 2 cities where I want to go: Richmond and Middle Beach.
Why? Well, I have a auntie that live in Middle Beach. Yeah.
Middle Beach?
Yeah, South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Oh, Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, sorry, my accent is so strong. I know. I'm the gay version of Sofia Vergara. So it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now you get it sort of solid like this, and you're going to knead it for about 5 minutes. And remember, you're taking the bottom of the palm of your hand, just thrusting it in there. Now it's nice and dry, just moist enough, so it's not too dry. Okay, so you're going to need that for about 5 minutes until it gets nice and soft. And then you're just going to put that in a bowl and cover it with saran wrap and set it off to the side. And you're going to set it off to the side for about an hour.
So after we, mix all that stuff, we need to put the dough and let it rest. Cover it or not cover it?
You want to cover it. You don't have to cover it with a towel.
Okay.
You can cover it with plastic wrap so that you can actually see that it's risen by the time you're done. Mm-hmm. And by the time you're done, after an hour, it will have doubled in size. So here's what we've got after sitting an hour. I made this about an hour and a half ago. It's still good.
So after 1 hour, that dough grow.
Yep, it should about double in size. And so to make the naan bread, now I'm going to use a lightly floured surface, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to cut it about in half. Because you're going to want it to fit the pan. So I'm going to flour this surface a little bit lightly. Get my pan going here. And then, so I'm going to take this half. Get it covered in flour, and then I'm just going to take a rolling pin and roll it out. You don't have to make it too super thin. I don't know if you can see on here about how thin I'm making it. It doesn't have to be a perfect shape either, because you can take this and cut this off. So now I have, it's actually a little nicer rather than using the rolling pin. If you can take your fingers and this will give it some indentions on here, and that's going to be important when we go to fry it. But you want to make it about the size of the bottom of your frying pan. Okay.
What's happening if my pan is kind of small?
You can just cut it.
I just cut it?
Yep.
Okay.
So, you know, you can cut it down. I cut about, what, maybe an eighth or a quarter off of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a nice sort of oblong, but you know, this will fit in the bottom of the pan nicely. Drop the thing, sorry. Okay, so in the skillet, just going to put more olive oil on the base. I'm going to get this pan nice and hot.
Damn, that look good. Look good and smell good.
I want to cut into that shakshuka.
Yeah, please. Do the naan first. I want to try that. So I just want to say thank you for all the people that is online. I really appreciate your support and your following. Remember that any kind of suggest, review, comment are more than welcome. We're waiting for your recipe. Thank you for sharing your recipes. Really,
Very much.
That's
We
really
greatly
nice. We
appreciate that.
receive a lot of recipes on the website and on the Instagram too. Thank you for that. Will we start to sharing? Will we start to pick it up? One of your recipes actually. It's kind of cool. Just remember that if you share your recipe, will be mention your name when we do the recipe. So it's like, for example, thank you, Vicky Watson, for your recipe. So
Thanks, Mom.
thanks, Mom. So we'll be do it, and yeah, and don't forget to share. I mean, share the page with your friends or the people that will be interested in the show. Or you don't like the show, you can share the page with people that you hate. So that's really good.
Terrific.
Yeah, just like yeah, screw you. But anyway, see, it's not that we just enjoy it, you know.
It's all meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
So, you know, with all of this, you know, you can.
So we put the olive oil there, and
Yep, I put the olive oil in here.
Mhm.
Now it's going to start to cook, and you're going to start to see the bread will start to bubble a little bit.
bubble. Yeah. So how long will be there? Like at 5 minutes in slow temperature?
Yeah, I mean, I've got this on a little higher, but you can put it on about medium heat. When it starts to get high,
Yeah.
it'll start to cook pretty quickly. And while this is on one side, I've taken some.
Oh yeah.
I've taken some parsley.
That's what we're
and
talking
some
about.
olive oil, and we're gonna brush the side of it.
Why you brush that? What's that?
This is olive oil and parsley.
Ooh.
So this.
That tastes like Middle Eastern.
Yep.
Literally.
So again, big on the parsley. I'm a big parsley fan. Good for you. It helps cleanse your palate. It helps bring other flavors alive in your food. And of course, the oil will give it a nice golden crust. And so I'm going to take a tongs to kind of see how we're doing here.
Yeah, Morgan Graham say hi. Troy Holding say hi.
Hey Troy, how you doing? Long time no here. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, Sarah J. Fried Strog.
Hi, Sarah.
That's Sarah. Elena Supunina from Russia.
Hi Elena.
And Steven Erland is starting to follow us on My Nutrition Habit. That's amazing. Thank you,
Terrific.
guys.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Juan Saavedra, that's like say likes to My Nutrition Habit. I love that. Thank you guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for that.
We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, Connie Williams say hi, and Tim Dinan.
Okay,
Wow.
so you're going to get this till it's kind of golden, and then you're going to flip it. I didn't flip it as well as I could have, but it's all right.
It's all right. It's bread.
It's just bread. And then we're going to kind of repeat on the other side.
Yeah. Again, I don't know you guys, but that smelled really good. That sucks that internet can transmit smell.
Sure is.
So I have a question. You serve the shakshuka in like a bowl, like a soup, like a stew?
I think you could do whatever you want. I think I'm going to put it on a plate, or actually I'm going to put it on.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's a good,
Just like this?
good option, a good presentation, by the way.
So I'm gonna. Put that on here so that when this is ready, bread is cooking. Like so.
Wow.
And then
Damn, that look good.
with the bread, just gonna pull that off. I'll cut this into sort of a pizza slice, and there
Wow.
you have naan bread.
Wow.
Shakshuka.
Wow. Wow. That
For
looks
very
amazing.
little time.
That look amazing.
Thank you so much for joining us this week. We look forward to seeing you here next week. And don't forget to
The wine. The wine.
Don't. Oh yes, the wine. Right, hello. Okay. So I have a Sangiovese from Tuscany. It's called the brand. The winery is Barbanera. Don't let yourself be confused with Barbera the grape. This is a Sangiovese, but it goes particularly well with tomato dishes, and it's very light, easy-bodied. You can have it for breakfast if you want.
The champion breakfast. Hey, we have a question.
So, cooking question. It's a good idea to make the naan disc all prepared first, then put some wet paper towels between them, and then fry them one right after the order?
Yes, you could, if you wanted to make like separate, you're
Separate
asking if you make
portions.
separate
Yeah.
portions? Yes, you could
Yeah.
absolutely do that. You could roll out the dough and then put them between paper towels
And keep it warm, right?
and keep it warm.
Like tortillas.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
The show was amazing. I mean, I want to try that. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Have a great week. Stay safe and be well.